Do you have a graphic with your hot board, or is it one I just have to read via text at this point?
I do not have a graphic prepared. I'm happy to share it.
Well, did we find out the age on Casey Keeler and the gang in the Sunshine Band? What is Casey?
Now be respectful.
What do you mean? That's a great band.
All right. Well, so spoiler alert, number one. By the way, power rankings, this is who Scotty thinks Baylor should hire, not who Baylor will hire. Number one, I've been convinced of this, Matt. Baylor needs to hire Casey Keeler.
How old is he?
He's 66. But you laugh, but listen, do you think Houston is mad that Willie Fritz is in his 60s?
Oh my God.
Do you think Indiana regrets hiring Kurt Cignetti in his 60s? That does not matter. What matters is Casey Keeler went to Delaware, created a viable football program, coached Joe Flacco to be an NFL quarterback, went to Sam Houston State for over a decade, won a national championship, one of the only coaches who could beat the dominant Dakotas, at the FCS level. Now he's at Temple. They're saying he's easily the best coach since Matt Rule, if not better than Matt Rule up there.
Yeah,
it's a proven program builder and winner who's recruited for years in Texas, knows the state, knows how to win, will immediately have results turn around on the field. By the way, I believe he's been a head coach for 25. I'll verify this when I have a moment.
No, probably for 50 years since he's 66.
He's been a head coach since 1993 at some level of college. He has 4 losing seasons.
I know, and I love the passion
on his resume.
Lizzie, if we ever need to wake him up, we just bring up Casey Keeler.
Well, goodness, earlier I wasn't giving you enough energy. Now I'm giving you too much energy. Pick a side, Mosley.
I like this. I'm praising you. I'm just saying the Keeler.
4 losing seasons since 1993 for Casey Keeler. Bring him to Baylor. That's number one. Number 2 for me is Eric Morris. I shouldn't have to explain that one. I think he's going to end up in Stillwater. I think they're going to try to get him in Stillwater, Eric Morris at North Texas.
I think I'm hearing Colin Klein on that one.
Colin Klein, I've heard that rumor as well, and I've also heard that Colin Klein is content to wait at A&M another year.
Where do you have? Let me skip ahead. Where do you have this Will Stein? I'd like
third.
He excites me a little bit.
Well, so
to me that would be a little more in
here's the difference.
Vein. If you'll just give me a moment, that would be more in the vein of like a Dillingham or Lanning type. Yeah, that's the kind of energy I'm looking for.
Okay.
From he's young, and he's a great recruiter.
Yeah.
And he's a good offensive guy.
So let me push against I
need offensive people.
Listen, I need offensive people too. That's why Morris and Stein are very high for me. Stein's number 3 on my ranking, so I like him, Matt. Let me tell you what I don't like about him and why I would be cautious if I were Baylor to just throw him the job. Dave Aranda had no head coaching experience, and that is really what's turned out to bite you. Baylor's 3 most successful head football coaches of all time, Grant Taft, Art Briles, and Matt Rule, were all proven winners at a lower level of college football as a head coach first. I think it's important that you get back to that. So whether it's Eric Morris or Casey Keeler, I think that's why I like those kind of candidates a little more than a coordinator who's never been a head coach before. What I will give Stein is he knows Texas and how to recruit Texas. He was Jeff Traylor's offensive coordinator at UTSA when UTSA was like winning 10 games a year. So I like Stein, but I would lean towards a guy that has proven he can win as a head coach at a lower level of football than a coordinator who's never led a program purely based on what we just went through with Dave Aranda. By the way, I like him, and especially as I start to age a bit, I like a guy that's like 15 years older than I am. I root for those people. You know, a guy, 66, 18 years older. I would bet my life savings. I would bet the Mosley farm that it will not be Casey Keeler, but I love I like where it's going. I like these old coaches. Yeah.
And I wish we could get him just a tad bit younger.
I didn't say it would be Casey Keeler. I said that is number 1 who Scotty would hire for Baylor.
Okay, I'm just saying, yeah. Okay, I mean, I'm with you. I'm just talking to Scotty right here.
Okay.
I'm saying 66 years old. you start immediately on the negative recruiting. Well, I don't know how he's going to go. I don't know how long he's going to be. I mean, my gosh, he's almost 70. They do that like crazy. I bet they try to do it to Willie. I bet Good Times
Matt,
Willie runs into that too.
Matt, the number 1 quarterback in the 2026 class, the number 4 player overall, is committed to Houston.
That's great. He's younger. He's younger than Casey Keeler, by the way. Willie's only like 63.
Oh, wow. God, those 3 years really did it. No,
I'm just saying.
Kurt Signetti and Willie Fritz have proven you do not have to be young to put together a tremendous roster quickly in this era of college football. By the way, if it's Casey Keeler, you know my fan dream as the China Spring kid. I think that actually also increases your odds that your OC is Sean Bell, who, by the way, is coaching Connor Wegman to his best season ever by a lot, and is also responsible for recruiting the number 1 quarterback in the country for Houston next season.
I don't think Sean Bell wants to come back here. I mean, I'm serious. I think the way probably it ended, I don't think he, I think he hopefully deep down loves Baylor.
I think a regime change and a promotion that he probably should have had here would mean a lot.
I don't know, man. Okay, I get it because you're all China Springed up on what?
You've been fact checked. Willie Fritz is 65.
Okay. I would
Thank you, commenters. Thank you, Boomerly.
I would not hire. I think I love Willie, but I would not hire a 66-year-old coach. I think Willie, now Signetti, what he's done, to your point, the older gentleman, and I would look at this James Madison individual also. But
yeah,
the only thing about they did the one time with Rule and it worked, and he had to hire all those Texas high school coaches. Your man, and Keeler has coached in Sam Houston, so he has
over a decade
Texas ties.
Absolutely. And he just left last year. This is his first year at Temple.
Man, what I want is kind of what I saw today. I think at Baylor, I just think more with Rule, he kind of had experience on both sides of the ball. I don't think you could truly call him an offensive or defensive guy.
Correct.
With Aranda, truly a defensive guy, which is what's going to get him fired because they're awful on defense. They're horrible, and that's his thing. He's the guy, and there's nobody else to fire. I mean, Mason Miller either left or whatever. He's gone, the O-line coach, but they're running out of people. Like that. That's another thing Aranda's done. There may be, but again, we said this yesterday. I think I said this with Colt. Like the Aranda hire never gets made. If they had ever met Aranda and saw how like whispery he was and everything, they would have never made that hire in the NIL era. That just was really bad. A lot of it's like horrible luck. He's on a national championship winning team. I get it. It makes sense. I don't think anybody thought it was like some kind of horrible hire. It didn't become a bad hire until NIL showed up. And then they couldn't even capitalize on like arguably the greatest season in school history. They couldn't build on it. They were like, well, let's let Dave be Dave. We just went out and won the conference title. Let him go whisper somewhere. And it didn't go anywhere. I mean, they needed to build on that, and they never did. And all they've had since then are just little pop-ups. Last year was like, oh, had a good little moment, and that was it. So unfortunately, what's about to happen here is, what's the line on this UCF game?
Oh God, I think it's Baylor by
4.5,
maybe 4. That's, something like that.
Man, this is going to be. Oh, one thing that I wanted to go back to what Colt said.
Baylor is a favorite between 3.5 and 4.5 points.
That one thing you can't do I didn't really understand this, and Colt is tied in, so he knows. But he said that if you waited till post December 1st to do something with this coach, you could save $2.5 million. And that could come in handy somewhere. I just don't think that. I think you do have people that will step up and help with that. And that should not be a huge guiding light in making this decision. If you believe that firing him during this open week, you could still keep a lot of your class and you could get through this season, then you got to get ahead. Here's the problem, Scotty. I mean, you're putting your list together. you're putting your 30, but you're also having to put your list together for all these other teams.
Yeah.
You got some talented coaches on that list.
On that too.
And these other teams are going to start looking at them like, I like this guy. Oh, Florida's going to hire somebody, and it's not going to be Ned in the first reader. I mean, somebody's going to go get the Tulane guy. He's interesting. He's very, very interesting. Tulane, LSU, as we speak, is begging. I promise you this is happening. They are begging Saban. And since you have fallen in love with older gentlemen, this is your guy. I mean, this is the grand poobah of old men. Now, Belichick has failed as a head coach at college, but you could almost kind of see that coming, and maybe you predicted that. I know you predict a lot of these. I know. I'm trying to give credit. But
Saban would win another natty if he went to LSU.
Saban at LSU would be scary.
Yes.
Just because that's massive. I'll tell you who else. Whether it be, now I don't know if he could go back to Florida. I don't really know what his baggage there is quite like, other than people like horrible crimes on campus and things like that, and people on his team. But Urban, if you don't think Urban Meyer could walk into LSU and win a national title, you've never met Urban. Now, Urban gets weird and with the underage, well, I don't think it was underage, but just whatever weirdness. They were a lot younger than him. At those bars, and he had a horrible stop in the NFL. But now those are the massive ones. You got Kiffin's there, right? But Urban and Nick are the old men that are up on a much higher level. Now what's Urban age-wise? We think
he's younger than Nick.
Well, yeah, but Urban's got to be
61.
See, that's
61.
That's a young
Meyer.
buck.
Nick Saban is 73.
How old is Bryles? I don't think you put Art on your list.
He is not. 69.
I could not even. I mean, you should have just him just instant recall, going through every play, every season, everything. The thing that you couldn't help go through your mind was like, dang it. We because of all that happened, and it was bad and it was awful. And I'm not saying he didn't. He should have not brought some of these people in. But you couldn't help but think, like, what would 16 have been like? What would 17? What would 18? What was that team in 9? Like, because of some poor decisions and poor talent acquisition decisions and a lot of things that happened, and then people mishandling a lot of things. Baylor was robbed of some pretty exciting years. But hey, what everybody got today was a chance to come out and something they'd never been able to do over the past 10 years, which was to, in front of him, clap, stand up, show an appreciation and love for him. And that's fine. I think some people would be disgusted by that, and some people aren't. And so the people that aren't were in that room today. You've got to stop whatever you're doing. I think it's just because I have these really sensitive ears. Your breathing, your breathing rhythms are really throwing me. Okay, here's what I want to do. I want to do some. Okay, and now we got some wind. I want to do some Campus Confidential, and I want to hit some more. I like this list that you have. I also want to talk about Matt Rhule, what this means for him at Nebraska. And then I'm starting to bone up on college basketball season out of necessity, because we're going to have a coach search. Perhaps that's going to take up a lot of our airspace, but I also want to start watching these teams. And so I'm starting to have some college basketball thoughts. We'll do that next.
If you want the best for your body, you want Ascension Providence, the largest sports and orthopedics group in Central Texas. Using innovative and cutting-edge technology, we're able to understand your body better than ever, delivering treatment with precision. And with our fellowship-trained and board-certified doctors, you'll receive excellent care. Work with a team dedicated to your health, wellness, and safety.
So you can perform
at your best.
Ascension Providence, caring for Texas families for over 120 years.
Drive into fall at Allen Samuels Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Waco. Huge savings and the best selection in Central Texas. From powerful Ram trucks, Motor Trend's Truck of the Year, to adventure-ready Jeeps and stylish new Dodges, we've got the right ride for you. Upgrading, downsizing, or buying your very first vehicle, Allen Samuels has you covered with friendly service and deals that make driving fun. Don't miss the Drive into Fall event, only at Allen Samuels.
Come by, let's be friends.
When Central National Bank decided to partner with Baylor women's basketball, we didn't know exactly what that partnership would look like.
What brings you into the bank today?
For the last couple of months, I've been noticing a charge on my account, and I would like to block it.
I see. So you have a charge,
Yes?
and you'd like to block it?
Yes.
I think you should take the charge.
What?
Yeah, I definitely think you should take the charge.
I don't think you understand.
Sometimes you just have to take one for the team.
Is there a manager available?
We love that Coach Colin is all about the team. Once we get the vocabulary down, the sky's the limit.
Central National Bank, proud partner of Baylor Athletics and Baylor women's basketball.
I have Mack Rhoades, Director of Baylor Athletics, on the phone. Mack, can you tell Peggy why she should take the charge?
Of course she should take the charge. Wait, are you at the bank again? And who is Peggy?
Football is back, and Underdog is the best place to make picks and win money all season long. Playing on Underdog is easy. Just pick whether your favorite players will go higher or lower on stats like touchdowns, receiving yards, interceptions, and more. Get your picks right, and you could win up to 5,000 times your cash. You can play with as little as $1. Download the app today and sign up with promo code Mosley to score $50 in bonus funds when you play your first $5. That's promo code MOSLEY. Millions of fans have already won billions making picks on Underdog. Will you be next? Underdog, make picks, win money.
Must be 18 plus, 19 plus in Alabama and Nebraska, 19 plus in Colorado for some games, 21 plus in Arizona, Massachusetts, and Virginia, and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play-and-get-terms_DFS_.html for details. Offer not valid in Maryland, Michigan, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org. In New York, call the 24/7 HOPE line at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. That's 467-369.
You know how it goes. Underdog, it's not just something we advertise. It's something I play all the time. I've been on a little bit of a winning streak here. Had a couple losses this week, but we had 3 wins in a row, and I feel really good. I got my college football picks today, and I swung for the fences. I made 6 selections. I think all of them will win you all kind of money as Matt Mosley claps behind me here. Here's what we got. Avery Johnson higher than half a rushing touchdown against Texas Tech. Obviously, that's probably I think game of the week in the Big 12 is going to be Utah and Cincinnati, but that is another game to watch. I think Kansas State could beat Texas Tech at home in that one. USC's quarterback higher than 1.5 passing touchdowns against Matt Rhoades. Fledgling Nebraska team. Connor Wegman with higher than 34.5 rushing yards in that big game as they go to West Virginia. I think that's a big win for Houston. Jalen Daniels. Yeah, he's going to have higher than 2.5 passing touchdowns against a really bad Oklahoma State team. Fernando Mendoza. He has found his rhythm in the ground game. I mean, higher than 9.5 rushing yards against Maryland. That seems like a gimme. And then Sawyer Robertson is going to have to throw for 100 touchdowns the rest of the season if Baylor is going to get bowl eligible. But for my Underdog pick, he'll have to throw for just higher than 1.5 Saturday homecoming against UCF. I think he does that. Again, use the promo code Mosley. Put in $5. They'll give you $50 in bonus cash to play with just so you can keep playing Underdog. It's a great time. Good way to keep up with your favorite games. Let's bring back Mosley.
America's favorite show host. Is that what you meant to say?
That's what I said. Yeah.
I've removed my shacket. It is an accessory that I need and like, and when it gets a little chilly out, I wear it. But boy, in studio, this is really cool. People can't see all the things that are lighting me, but I'll tell you what I might be willing to do, Scotty. I love being in the studio so much that if you want to, I will do the Green and Gold pregame show with you before I leave today. I'll just sit right here and do it. Oh man, it's gonna be a late night for me tomorrow night. I've got pigskin review. I've got my nephew little solo action for the old KOTs. That's gonna be a late night. Okay, going to get to bed at about 1 o'clock, 1:30, and then I will be on a TV set, fresh in makeup, at 8:30. Wish Lizzie or Michaela would actually bring some makeup. You talk about someone who desperately needs it in the mornings.
Scotty Swingler.
Especially, we're going to be on TV, so I probably will be more formal, and I will not wear my sunglasses. And no, Scotty, you're young. You're fine. You're in your early 30s.
I'll wear sunglasses if you wear sunglasses.
Have you made it to 33?
I have.
That's the age. Yep.
I have made it to 33.
That's right.
There are questions about how much longer I will make it.
No,
30,
Scotty,
33, we made it.
You're fine. We don't base your lifespan on your sighing.
Man.
Okay.
Man.
It is time. It is time for something we like to call Campus Confidential. And also, Scotty, I thought this was really great. I saw our friends from Brazos Landing and Claude and Becky, and man, that was so cool. And in fact, Art recognized him from the stage. The Lindsay family, our friends, they were front and center. And I mean, they just were all sharp looking. And then they had the Sarton family with them up there, Jim and Debbie Sarton. It was a major, major group over there to hear Art Briles and Bryce Petty. How do you think Bryce Petty? I mean, he's a great player for Baylor. It just felt like Bryce was just kind of up there. Everybody was there for Art. But Bryce was funny. I have to say, Bryce.
He's a good interview. He's a good conversation. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought he was funny, and he had a couple of good lines. I was trying to think of Art's best line. Art had he had a funny line about recruiting Robert, and they brought it up. They're like something like, the story is that you told Robert that if he came to Baylor, he would win a Heisman. And Art was just like, yeah, I was just trying to tell him anything to try to get him to Baylor. Kind of like I would have said anything to him. And lo and behold, though, he did win that Heisman. Now he wears black cowboy hats and weird glasses and strange things on TV. But Scotty would you should put him on your list. Didn't you say at one point, didn't you kind of, you wanted Robert to be a part of the organization at some level?
I think I do want Robert to be part of the Baylor football apparatus if he would like to be. I do not think I would like him to be the head coach. There are 3. Let me go through. Out of the 30, there are 3 former Baylor players on my list of 30.
Oh, the name that you had that I really liked was the guy from Navy.
Ryan Newberry.
He played
is one of the 3 former players on my list. Yes.
Yeah, I really like that guy. And I would like them just to start running the Navy offense.
No, see, everyone says that. Like, oh, Scotty, you want them to bring the triple to Waco.
No,
I'm like, no. He's a defensive coach.
I know.
But
that guy, I would take that guy from Army, that Munkin. I like him.
Yeah, he's a good coach too. He's a good coach too. But I think Newberry with he's from Oklahoma, played at Baylor. I think knows the region. Would probably bring in kind of a Texas offensive-minded spread guy to run the offense, and it could be really good.
He's your favorite guy under age 66.
Well, no, Eric Morris was number 2 on my power ranking, so he's my favorite guy.
I do not have them memorized yet. I apologize. But I will commit them to memory. And I would like a graphic.
I'm going to do this every week, by the way.
I would like a graphic. Today, you could just hold a sheet of paper up. Would be fine. Would be sufficient. But I would like to order a graphic from our graphics department. Who is that?
I am the graphics department.
All right. Are you the only graphic designer we have? Isn't there somebody named Ann who does a show around here? I feel like
Mike Hamilton does a lot of graphics around here.
Is there somebody named Ann Harder?
Ann Harder hosts the show.
I feel like she can do things.
You think she's going to do Mosley graphics?
Absolutely.
I'll let you text her and make that request.
I could come up with so many things for her show. Like work harder, or I could do so.
Matt, we should get you all together for tea.
I'm not English. I'm not British, and I have no interest in tea.
I didn't know those were the only people that drank tea.
Pretty much. Other people are just faking. People over here that drink tea are just like, and they try to put their little pinky up.
Does that include Bush's sweet tea?
Oh, no, that's different. If you're just trying to have alcohol, anything goes. But
did you just say alcohol?
What do you mean? Yeah. That Bush's sweet. Oh, I like sweet tea. I'm so sorry. I was thinking of like that spiked tea or something.
No, like Bush's Chicken has the best sweet tea in Waco.
I did not know that.
Yes,
I would have guessed.
Every Waco person knows this.
Well, I'm not a Waco person.
Oh,
I just went to school here. I used to go to Leslie's.
The best sweet tea in Waco.
I used to go to Leslie's Fried Chicken, and we threw the rolls over the chicken.
Nobody here's heard of Leslie's
chicken. I mean, like, oh my gosh! In the comments right now, let me know. Tons of these.
They'll talk about Bush's Chicken for. Well,
you're from here. If you don't know Leslie's,
I am from here, and I don't know Leslie's. But I am also. Under the age of 40, so maybe that's messing me up. Right.
I do like that you respect all these old coaches, so that's good. Now, what do you have for me in Campus Confidential?
In Campus Confidential, let's start with some disrespect for some old coaches. I've got the Andy Staples hot seat rankings for college football coaches right now. Take a good look. He does have our Dave Aranda on this list at number 7. So the list in full is Mark Stoops, Hugh Freeze, Mike Norvell. I don't think any of those are very surprising. Jonathan Smith at Michigan State, Dave Doran at NC State, Bill Belichick, Dave Aranda, Mike Loxley at Miami, Ohio, Luke Fickell at Wisconsin, and Brent Venables at Oklahoma, who I assume is probably safe for another year. I thought Luke Fickell at 9 probably could have been a little higher. I think he's in trouble. I think Aranda is probably in trouble.
Who of all those coaches surprises you the most that it didn't work? Because I would say for me, it might be Fickell because he was so great at Cincinnati. And he'd been at Ohio State. He knew the Big Ten. Like there was really no reason why it should have been this bad at Wisconsin. They're basically Iowa.
I agree with you. I think Fickell is the most surprising because he really did look like the hottest kind of rising star when he was taking Cincinnati to a playoff. And Wisconsin, obviously a program that's been consistently great most of the last 20 years. You would think that would work, and it clearly has not.
Who could you hire away easier from their alma maters? Brent Key at Georgia Tech or Clark Lee at Vandy? Or
who's trying to hire?
No, I'm saying who do you think would be easier to get out of their jobs? I'm saying Florida or LSU.
Oh, like one of those big jobs.
Yeah.
It's a great question. I think because both those schools probably have more resources than you think. Both Vanderbilt and Georgia Tech probably have more money than like the casual viewer would suspect. I'm going to say Brent Key is probably easier to get. Just because Clark Lee kind of has Vanderbilt in the top, quarter, top third of the SEC as it is. I think Brent Key to have the opportunity to go to the SEC, that's kind of a bigger prestige jump, I would think.
Interesting. Yeah.
What do you think?
The biggest ego of those two is Clark Lee by 1,000,000. So because of that, I think you'd have a better shot of in his mind going, man, can I really, because they may someday run me out of here and I could have gone to one of these big jobs. But he has got Key is, they're both love their alma mater.
Mm-hmm.
But you cannot, once you watch that SEC documentary and you kind of get to know, I mean, not that I know him, but like you kind of really go behind the scenes. That Clark Lee. Now he's good, he's great, and I would crawl to Nashville right now to get Clark Lee from Vandy. But he is
start crawling. Maybe we'll get him at Baylor.
He is.
We can document it, post it on YouTube. The bear crawl. That works. That's a marketing. The bear crawl. Matt Mosley crawls.
He is
all the way from Waco to Nashville.
Yeah, we'll give it a look. He's one of the cockiest men alive at this point, but he's a great coach. You got to give him that.